Welcome back to Sorcery, everybody. We've just traveled back in time to the beginning of the last 2 days. There's a few things I'd like to try differently here. It does look like we lost the blessing of Kugra, and which means I get to run around and be a jackass again. First thing I want to do is go to this horse, test if this headdress is one-time use only or not. If it is, I don't think the horse is going to be worth it. There's something else I want to try it on. If it's not, awesome. So I believe the horse was up here. Youngsters on the road. Homes, hovels line the track and strange faces appear at the windows. Then from around a bed, a troop of guards appear. Blend in with the youngsters. I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe they'll have something interesting to say. You stride quickly forward to join the group of youngsters and attempt to mimic their way of walking. Group were talking about where they would stay, Wayfarer's Rest or Meat and Cleaver. Listen. Keep your weary face down and you must have the right slump to your shoulders as the guards pass right by with nothing more than a derogatory comment. Pleasant herbal smell drifts from the doorway. You're not going to tell me which one you want to go to, though. I didn't stay at either of them last time, so I wouldn't know. Where's the horse? Sure, let's go into the hut. Inside, a dark smell of rotting straw rising from a pile of mattresses that circle a low table. It's only after a moment that you notice these mattresses are occupied. 3 ugly faces peer at you through clouds of smoke, rising from a hookish pipe that sits on the table. Examine, smell air, leave this place. Hookah pipe. They're smoking weed. Look at the 3 creatures who are staring at you with lazy disinterest. They are black elves. Normally clever and vicious, but these 3 only stare vacantly. Smell the air. You sniff the air tentatively, your head spins. The smoke of the hookah is sweet and stupefying. It's weed plant. That explains the lethargy. One of the elves takes a long draw and sighs and settles back on his mattress. Not interested in smoking hookah. They're not going to say much. And I want to ask for your help. Elf nods. North Gate is locked with a spell. Why not? He answers a 3rd time, more profoundly now. I'm an ordinary traveler. Elf nods, only to realize he's asleep. We're not going to hookah. This sounds like a very bad idea. I cannot go back. Again! They only let me go one way. Which is very annoying. I wanted to go a different way this time. I don't like using the backtrack often because it feels like cheating, but the game doesn't let me go back, and I should be allowed to go back because there's no reason I shouldn't. So we're going to go through the center of the city this time. I just wanted to see if there was a horse. There was no horse. You stay on the main road, which rises up a slope to reach a small settlement of poor huts. As you pass these homes, ugly creatures gather to watch your silence. A little further on, you come across a body laying face down in a gutter. Beggar, asleep, or some sort of creature in a drunken stupor. See if he's alive. You approach the body cautiously. Nobody in the street seems to be taking any notice. You bend down closer and shake the shoulder of the body. No response. Grip the arm and turn it over. As his face swings around, you jump back, aghast. The body is a semi-decayed corpse, rotting head that is half skull, half putrid flesh. Morse, an evil smile is spreading across its face. A moment later, it sprung to its feet, leaping at you. Draw the sword, cast a spell, throw the chain. Obviously, we need to start with our 7 stamina. We could do a Dawes. A Sus. Nah. I was kind of thinking I should just, roll 6s as often as I can. It would be amazingly fun just to see everything freak out at a bunch of bodies popping out. I was looking at the Law. Law, 6, or Dawes. Let's see which one they offer me. They do offer me 6. You cast the spell, creating 5 identical copies of yourself. Then you charge into battle as one. At your first sword stroke, the attacking creature explodes into a mess of body parts. Heads, legs, arms, all separately coming forward to tear you apart. But with each of your clones attacking a different part, the fight is quickly settled. The body parts on the ground squirm and slowly ooze back together. The corpse now looks as though it had once been run over by a chariot race. But it's definitely lying still for now. Search the body. Expecting another immediate attack, you go over to search the body, but it is clothed in rags and barely any pockets, let alone anything inside him. The mouse, the throat, the mouth, the mouse, the throat, or the belt. Search the throat. Disgusted, you push your fingers into the corpse's throat. Something? Yes, with fingertips you draw out a fragment of paper. It is a handwritten line, but it has been torn in half. Keep the note, obviously. You pocket the strange note. Perhaps later you'll discover what it means. From a nearby door, the face beckons you to appear. Face appears and beckons you over. You stride over to the hut. The face is a small gnome who begins to chatter in a high-pitched voice. You killed it! Did you kill it? I think you killed it! I killed it. It was dead before. Oh, no, you definitely killed it, the gnome replies, shaking his head. It'll be as good in a few months until it wakes up again. We'll card it somewhere else. Here, wanted to thank you. He reaches behind him for something. You wait, and the gnome produces a small bag containing 5 gold pieces. I'm sure it's not much to a woman like you, he apologizes, but it's from all of us. Peering through the window of the tiny hut, you make out 20 or so faces. It'll do, you reply curtly. What was the creature? They say you used to be the second noble of Kare. That's useful. But he angered the first, so he was cursed to live in Kare forever. Now he's like a bad gold piece, keeps showing up. He gets dumped in different parts of the city. I think we'll take him to the Sphin Quarter next. It's their turn. There's a chuckle of agreement from inside the house. Anything else about the nobles? The others, you mean? They should be in the council, but people said they've all gone missing. He taps the side of his nose. They say that the first noble's been in the council for 2 months on his own now. The gnome is starting to look awkward. That's fine. We don't need to talk about spell lines. They've given me money. We don't need to... I've got more money now. I just need to not get robbed. Before you go, the creature says, We've got one more gift for you. There is a kerfuffle, and then he brings out 3 pebbles. Ha! We get the pebble spell! You're a sorceress, he whispers. And these are good for taking pot shots, so I hear. He winks. You thank him and place the gifts in your pack. Then you continue on your way. Yes! That was a good one. Always check the dead corpses. You continue along the road. On one side, the buildings are replaced by meager patches of field, roughly fenced and housing a small, skinny cattle. It is quiet, with no one about. This part of the city port is barely inhabited, and certainly not somewhere the nobles would be found, but you might be able to learn some useful information. You pass by a large structure with its doors wide open. The smell of incense floats out. Before I do that, I want to see what the note... If I can see what the note... Examine paper fragment. Cannot be read. Look at the building. Stop and peer inside, but nothing is dark. But there's nothing to darkness. It seems to be a wide, unlit space. Sound of low chanting floats into the street. Absolutely, go inside. You step into the gloomy shade of the building. The aroma of perfume and oil grows so thick that you begin to cough and choke, announcing your presence to whoever is inside. The voice falls silent. Go further in. Step into the darkness, your footsteps echoing off the walls on either side. Then there's a voice. Greetings, woman of Analand. I see you are the bold type. I see nothing. Nearby, the voice laughs, a gentle, pealing sound like a chime. I see you are searching for something. Northgate spell. Is that so? It is forbidden knowledge. The voice laughs again. There is a noise like a palm slapping down. I see difficulty upon difficulty. Can you help? Another slap is the sound of a card being turned from a deck. Tell me, she says. Speak a word, and I will tell you what I see. Gate. Crown. We'll go with gate. I see a closed door. I see a whispered secret. I see a trap of fire. Fire. I see an eye of burning red. I see a whispered secret. I see a small creature. A pet. I want to know about the pet. We're going to go with Sansa's. I see a nest of rats. I see the trickster. I see the crooked mirror, which shows a belief which is not to be believed. Suddenly, from the far end of the room, a single candle flame ignites. A shade has been lifted from a lamp, revealing a woman in a deep hood, seated at a star-shaped table. She's staring at the cards laid out in front of her. Look at the cards. Through the gloom, you can make out very little. You seek the crown of kings, the woman gasped suddenly. You intend to conquer the old world. What is the crown? She stares at you. You seek it, but you do not know? The crown carries the power to bend a will, to make another believe. It would be better if the crown were dropped into the sea. Remember this. Who are you? The woman looks up with deep eyes. A long scar runs across her face, from mouth to left ear. I see things, she says, things that not all wish to hear. I wish to hear. She nods. You are wise. She turns another card, a movement that is almost involuntary. Then she looks up at you. Remember this. The crown is not in Kare, but there are many who claim it is, and only one who is deceived. Only one who truly believes. Thank her. You thank her for the mysterious warning, but her attention is lost one more, taken by the cracks in the flagstone floor on which she sits. The streets will burn, she murmurs. The wolves must be turned around. You leave her to her dark vision. You step into the path to continue your journey. Very good. Anything around here? No? Probably not. Nope, looks good. Looks clear. Place looks nice. The main road continues up a small rise between small fields. Since no one can leave the walls of Kare, the citizens do their farming inside the walls as best they can. From the field to your right, you hear a groan. To your left, a narrow path winds away. Well, let's look at the noise. Half a dozen fat pigs are rumbling in the muck to the right. Just beyond them, a group of creatures huddle around a fire pit, from which there drifts a mouth-watering smell. Kare seems to be filled with creatures you can't place. Half one thing, half another. But from the way the strange creatures at the fire pit sit and talk, it seems that they do not see their own differences. One sees you, however, beckoning with a large clawed hand. Of course. Just, walk up to random people. You clamber over the fence and stride towards the creatures. Within a few paces, the smell of cooked meat reaches your nostrils, and you see a large pig turning on the spit above the fire. The creature who waved you over has watched you approach. He grins hooked teeth and cooks his head at you in greeting. A spell might be useful here. Okay. Which one? Nope, that's not the one. Which one is Sense a Trap? Sense a Trap is this one. Sus. I still haven't memorized these for reasons I don't know. I wonder if Sus is the right one. What else do I have? Why not? Sus. You cast a spell and a calm voice enters your mind. It tells you the creatures are friendly enough, though they will retaliate if crossed, and that the meat is fine and good. Greet them. Greetings, this smells good. It is, the creature agrees. We picked the best one to bite into. He waves you to sit down, and you understand his generosity. They are poachers. The pig fat sizzles invitingly. You take a place in the circle around the fire. The creatures shuffle and shift to make room for you. Ask them about Kare. Can you tell me about the city? The creatures look between each other, entertained by the question. They suck their teeth, then hum and kurr. Kare is a big place, one finally answers, full of people pushing each other for power. He pulls a leg from the pig, making the meat tear and stretch demonstrate. You want to avoid all of them if you can. May I have some pig, please? Not our pig, but there's plenty there. Help yourself. You reach over the fire and pull a leg off the pig and devour it. The meat is succulent and rich, the best meal you've had in a long while. Thank the poachers who shrug indifferently. Know anything about the North Gate? The poacher looks at you with interest. You're going to the Balklands? Why go there? I'm on a quest. You reply, trusting these ruffians are not lowly enough to be in the Archmage's pay. The poacher nods, accepting your answer. The North Gate is hard to open, he says. I've never heard of anyone doing it. The spell lines? He nods seriously. From across the field, a woman begins to see. The poachers smile and clap each other on the back. Circe is coming. You want to talk to her? Who's Circe? Circe is our treasure, the man said. Circe is how we know what we should do. You'll see. By now the woman has reached the group. She greets the men with a kiss on either cheek. You notice she's carrying something carefully in a cloth. The man beside you beckons her to sit beside him. This is our visitor. Greetings, Circe says. What can I help you with? Help me how? She laughs. Did they not tell you? As she speaks, she squats down to her heels and places the cloth on the ground. Unwrapping it, slowly she reveals an orb of crystal. They said don't cross them. I'm not interested in crossing them. So, I met another fortune teller already. Circe laughs. The girl playing with her cards? I'd say she grumbles more than she sees. Circe sees all, one of the poachers calls out. For instance, which fields will be left unturned, says another with a hearty laugh. I'll hear my fortune. The men cheer and you kneel down on the mud across from her. She holds out a palm. Cross my palm with silver, she says. Silver sword, silver chain, the badge. You remove the badge you found in the abandoned house and place it in her palm. Her eyes widen suddenly. She recognizes it for what it is and looks suddenly to your face with a searching expression. Then that expression passes into puzzlement. How came you by this? She whispers. Are you a noble? I found it. The woman looks in your eyes for a long moment, then nods. Very well. It is silver and will do. She closes her fist and nods. It is acceptable. She places her palms on the crystal and begins to hum. Doesn't look like any fortune-telling spell you have ever read about. A minute passes, and then Circe's eyes flick open. I see a long journey, she says to you, to a distant land. I see danger and excitement. And what else? Poachers hold up fingers for silent. Circe continues, eyes still closed. I see more. You must watch for a dagger and a fish. The fish in the river. I could talk to the fish! In the pool! Where was the fish in the pool? I see a road paved with white stone leading to a place of great sadness. Blind man who will stab you in the back. So, don't talk to Theta again. She lifts her palm from the glass and smiles. Someone gets her some pork to eat. Offer to read hers. Let me try reading your fortune, you declare into the quiet that follows her reading. You tell everyone else's. You must be curious about your own. Circe stops eating to stare at you. There's a murmur of excitement from the group. This is a most unusual challenge. You, she demands, and what do you know of fortune-telling? I'm a sorcerer. She raises a thin, dark eyebrow in cool surprise. Are you? You hold out a hand for the crystal orb. Not taking her eyes off you, she puts it into your hand. Then she defiantly sits down in front of you. Well then, tell me what you see for poor old Circe, she declares, her eyes flashing with a challenge. You take a moment to collect your thoughts. The orb is pleasingly heavy in your palm. So, it's not the trap one, but it might be how. It might... Let's see what else we've got. Well, I've got the orb now. Far. Please tell me yes. I was like, if they don't have that one right now, I would be so fucking pissed. You cast the spell, placing your hands on the crystal orb. Your mind clears and a vision forms, but is not of Circe and her future, but of your own. You see yourself in a low stone shrine somewhere here in the city of Kare. A man in a long white robe stands at your elbow. He is speaking. What is the answer to the question that has never been asked? You see your own mouth opening to reply. I was thinking about this. I was wondering if the answer was, I don't know. That would be an interesting answer, but I guess I get the real answer now. You concentrate as hard as you can, struggling to maintain the vision. As it begins to slip, there is a touch on your hand. Another presence joins yours. Absolutely, help me. Circe, you breathe. In your vision you see the man in white robe bow his head, defeated at the word. The vision fades. Circe is watching you intently, wanting to hear her fortune. The crowd around leads in eagerly. See your fortune? I see nothing. Sure. I see you telling great fortunes. Is that all? A secret. Circe looks stunned by your words. She clearly believes you a true psychic. Great and weighty decision seems to pass across her face. She looks to you for a moment to confirm it, then nods once more and turns to her friends. Please be quiet, all of you, she says. The stranger is right, and I must make a confession. Sure. You wait and watch. I have told great fortunes, good ones, Circe continues sadly, but not the true ones. That's my secret. The poachers cannot believe their ears. One denies it, another claims to have known all along. A third, who seems lost a lot of money on a bet once, becomes quite enraged and is held back by two more. Within a few moments, the whole group are rolling around in the mud, engaged in an almighty punch-up. Slip away with the orb, break them up. How much do I want the orb? I don't know if I want to cross them. You know what? Screw it. We're taking the orb. In the commotion, it's easy for you to get away, until one of the mounds shouts, "It's all her doing!" You try to run, but a man the size of a horse dives for your legs, and a moment later you're down in the mud, in the middle of a bruise of your life. You crawl out from under the pile of 15 men to find the precious orb has shattered, and several of those fragments have cut you in the leg. You limp back to the road. Well, that's unfortunate. Where was the fish? It was here in Mansion Row, so we're going to need to get there. Which means I'm probably going to need to go up this way. The road climbs between high fences and then into open fields. A little further on, you see another rock face as Kare climbs another level. At the top of this one is a line of grand houses with ornamental roofs and pillared colonnades. This is where the richer creatures of Kare live, looking down across the fields they own. You can imagine them slipping iron wine on their balconies and watching the toil of the farm workers through a spyglass. But the more you look, the more you realize something is wrong. A tree grows from one roof. Another has slipped sideways into the yard of a neighboring house. These places are falling into ruin. You knew Kare was poor, but this is worse than you'd heard. A junction. The road carries on, rising slightly through thin and meager fields. Scarecrows made from skeletons hang from posts on either side, their bones rattling in the breeze. There's no one about. With the hottest part of the day approaching, you reach a crossroads. To the right of the main road, a track lined with colorful flags leads along the line of a cliff. Short distance from the road is a small hut built from mud bricks. Smoke rises from a chimney, and a thick, rich smell wafts from its door. You're feeling weak, and the thought of food makes your spirits rise. Yeah, I kind of need to. The door to the small hut is ajar. Pleasant smell drifts out. You knock. A voice comes back. Enter, friend, but be careful as you open the door. You slip through the doorway careful as you can. Looking up, you notice a jar of some kind of liquid balanced precariously atop the door. The shop is a kitchen. There is a fire in the grate with a pot above it, which bubbles and smokes. On the walls hang herbs, vegetables, meats, and cooking equipment. But no matter how hard you look, you cannot seem to see the speaker. It's a squid. It's an octopus. Look under the table. You look under the table, which is full of clutter, wondering if there is someone hiding. But all you see is junk and a small box containing a scroll and a mirror. "You're done poking around my kitchen, Captain?" asked the voice. Looking around again, you suddenly notice a strange-looking creature standing beside the pot. He has a human torso, but his head is nothing but green-colored jelly. He is hard to spot because of the vegetables hanging on the walls behind him, but you can tell he is the chef, as a long, sinuous tentacle comes from his head, are scooping with ladles, stirring with spoons, waving salt shakers, and brandishing a cleaver. "So, what do you want?" asked the creature. "Talk to it. I'm tired of trying to steal from in front of people." Greetings, creature, you begin. Look, the creature complains. Its tentacles go back to stirring, chopping, and mixing. I don't have all day. What do you want? I'd like to buy some food. All right, the creature replies, giving his cauldron a quick stir, but not taking his eyes off you. It's 5 gold pieces, and it's bristle beast kidneys. Hope that's all right with you. Too much. He shrugs and wafts it, and then wafts the tentacles. I'm going to try to... I only have 4 stamina. Well, let's see if... Is it worth? No. I changed my mind. I'll pay it. I have 17 gold. But I'm past that point, so we'll attack him. Cast a spell. Let's see if we have 6 again. We do not. We do have dumb or dud. We have dumb or dud. Sure, how about a bunch of treasure? You cast a spell, creating a small pile of gold on the table. The creature's eyes fixate on the heap for a few moments. Go for the box. Damn it. I can't afford to just... Wait. Oh, thank God. You know what? Maybe I'll get some out of this. The flyer dead, you are free to search the kitchen. Start with some food. Look through the box. It's a large container, almost empty, containing only a scroll of parchment in a language you do not understand, a gold-backed mirror, and 2 grubby gold pieces. Take everything. Leave. I'm going to... Can I eat? Items. Rations. Eat. I can buy some more around here, so as long as I don't get my ass, you know, as long as it doesn't all get stolen. We're going to the fair! Let's see. Look around. We're going to hit a listen again. We mill through the crowd. Most people are lamenting how much gold they spent. I guess we'll go to the start at the top. We don't need money at the wrestling match, but we do know who's gonna win. We knew who won last time. Let's fight. Let's cheer for the ogre this time. Look at Avnar. Place a bet. Place a bet on the ogre. Could be different this time. Let's see. Cheer for the ogre. Cheer for the ogre. Cheer for the ogre. Just going longer. Yay! He hands over 12 gold pieces. No, I don't have enough stamina to fight. Musicians, we're passing. Middle of the midway. We don't want to get our asses stolen this time. Let's see, the bear. The beer tent is where I got robbed. To see what happens to the guy at the bear this time. Now, we're gonna get the things from the barrel boy this time since we have money. Because I don't know what they are. One for 5. Buy some. I just won a lot of money. The boy bows his head in thanks, a gesture behind him. A girl, possibly his sister, pops up behind another barrel and pulls a face at you. Stick my tongue out. The girl giggles and dodges behind a barrel. The boy looks at you expectantly. The girl peeks up again. Is that your sister? The boy nods and takes an apple from his barrel and throws it across the field. His sister quickly dodges out of the way. Sure. It's a game. The girl dives and misses. The boy claps his hands. She sticks her arm out to the side, then ducks. Ah! It's hit the girl with the apple. You ready your second apple and wait for the girl to show herself. As soon as she pops up, you throw, but your aim is off and you miss by a finger's breadth. So. The girl giggles and ducks. Try another throw, but your aim is really terrible. Perhaps if you spent more time practicing your sword fighting and physical skills, less book learning magic, your arm would be better. You hand back your remaining blackened apples to the boy. He grabs the apples and throws them at his sister, and you walk back to the midway. From across the field comes a murmur of excitement. Then, quite suddenly, a small tornado lifts a tent. That was fun. Little game. Let's see. I'm not going to meet my assassin friend this time, apparently. Or maybe I am. Maybe not. Not the beer tent. Whoa. The bear. Just... watch. Still not gonna risk beating the bear. Chase him. Go after the pickpocket. And we go meet our assassin friend and figure out where the fuck he was staying. Answer all the same as last time. I am unbowed. Maybe you can open with City Nobles. Or find Sansa's. Blinker laughs, and you convince him to tell you? Does not seem likely, although I hear he is not quite the mind that he once was. He nods finally, but I must be on my way. Join me at Wayfarer's Rest tonight. Awesome, and I have money to do it too. And that is all we need to do here. Just wander around the fair. Nice fair. Looks good. Thanks, guys. How did I lose so much money? Oh, I must have gotten pickpocketed. Now we need to go talk to the fish. Thanks to Circe. You push your way. We can go to the small tent again. Take a prize. 2 goblin teeth. Awesome. Summon some goblins. I'll have to save most of my money here for the... I don't know how much the inn is going to cost. Now I can talk to the fish. I just need to know what the spell is called first. Talk to animals. Yap. You pull the wig to your head and incant your spell, then put your ear close to the water. The fish raises to the surface, and the next bubbles and emerges are understandable. The fish says, cold in here, cold, cold in here. Ask the fish about the north gate. The fish swims in circles. Which way should I go? Some go left, the fish replies. They don't come back. Some go right. They come back. This should be useful advice, but unfortunately it's not clear which way the fish is facing. Spell fades. Taste the water. Nope. I did that last time too, probably. Look into the pond. Take the gold piece. That was a bad idea. You know, I'm already dead. You try again. You manage to grab the coin. You pocket the gold. Yep, that was worth it. I have 1 stamina. You follow a narrow road which skirts the edge of central Kahe. The homes and buildings on either side are more densely packed. You are nearing a more busy, bustling area. You begin to move cautiously, keeping your back to the buildings, but you have missed something because suddenly a hand appears on your shoulder and you're pulled backwards towards the building. Don't be afraid, murmurs a voice. You turn to see a dark-skinned man with a beard and short stubble. You look at him, he releases you, holding up his hands to show he means no harm. Apologies to give you a fright. I am a lonely man in this city. You're a human, and that's a refreshing sight. Please sit with me and talk for a while. Thank you. It is good to talk in the common tongue, he grins. You look around the building and realize you are in his home. It is well furnished with rich woven tapestries. Ask him about himself. You seem a wealthy man, you remark, looking around the room. Me? The man smiles. No, nothing like that. I used to be a hero, traveling with the Landragore, the heroic. Aha! This is the guy we need to find! You look the man over. He is a noble-looking sort and wears fine furs and a cloak. He seems friendly enough. The man goes over to a counter and takes down 2 mugs and a tankard of ale. I'd like to ask you about your business, he says, but before I go into all that, would you like some ale? Absolutely. The man returns with 2 mugs of ale and places one deliberately in front of you. So let me tell you about my city, he begins conversationally. The center of Kare is built around the port and can be a dangerous place at night. Well, I know why. But let's keep the conversation going. Why is that? Well, they say that those wandering the streets get waylaid and captured into slaving ships, so be sure you're settled down at an inn. He lifts his mug. Your health? I can't cast a spell. I don't have anything. Drink. You knock back the drink and lick the froth from your lips. So, I was saying, another thing to watch out for are the portal traps. What do they look like? Circles. Look into the beer. You look into the beer. Sure enough, its strange greenish color has a smell of sickly acid. Yes, I see it on your face. Van Gorn, the murderer, has claimed another victim. All I can do... Vic will not be pleased with you. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hoping the name will carry some weight, you murmur. Vic will not be pleased with you. The effect is immediate. He kneels beside you, his picture a face of concern. Wait, stop dying for a moment. You know Vic? Yes. Now help me, you demand. Oh, Throff's nipples, Van Gorn curses and quickly rushes off to his kitchen, returning with a tiny cup of liquid. He forces it between your lips and you're too weak to stop him. The pain is overwhelming. You pass out. I didn't lose any gold. When you wake, you find Van Gorn has seated you in a chair, is watching attentively. Vic is my brother, he says. Any friend of Vic is a friend of mine. He smiles. Very sorry I tried to kill you. It's a terrible habit. Ma was always hoping I would grow out of it, but I never did. I should kill you back. He laughs. That's the spirit. The antidote must be working then. Here, let me pay you for your trouble. I'm going to say no. And maybe he'll be on my side better. Oh, he looks glum, but accepts your refusal. It's true. It is all money I stole by murdering an old man. Suddenly, he jumps to his feet and begins rummaging with the flagstone. Levering it up, he pulls out something from a hidden stash. But this is clean. I found it. He hands you a black wooden face mask, which you slip into your bag. What do you know about the nobles? Van Gorn nods. Evil bunch. Used to be 8 of them, but they kept killing each other off. One's gone blind and is begging, another is dead but still living. I detest amateur work. He draws his dagger as he talks and begins to sharpen the blade against one of the walls. Time to leave. You get to your feet. You're a nutcase. You head for the door. Alright, we got out of that alive. Because we knew Vic's name. Continue along the street, which grows narrower and more winding. On either side, slum dwellings rise high. Faces appear and disappear behind drapes. Someone throws a bucket of slop, narrowly missing you. Furry, chained-up animals screech from balconies. The sun disappears. Keep going. I need to get to the frickin' inn. Lane gets narrower. Mech and Fowl run downhill, forming a sheen over the flagstones. The walls either side are so close together that someone on the top floor has laid planks across the alley to steal from the house opposite. Or perhaps to steal their own things back. It's hard to be sure. I can't... I don't have any money. Just need to get... I mean, I don't have any stamina. Just need to get to the inn, but I don't think this is going to work. Okay, well, we're gonna need some help. We need some help because I need to know what's coming up. I think it's sus. Yes. You cast a spell and clear your mind until an inner voice speaks to you. It tells you there is no danger, but there's danger underground. The road narrows further until your elbows are brushing door frames. Then quite suddenly you reach a small plaza. You have returned to the well in the heart of the slums of Loricare. There are no guards, no wolves, no goblins. Everything is just as it was. Alright, we don't want to go down the well. Choose a road. We need to go up here. We hear the voices around the corner. You walk around the corner to the shrine. You know the answer to the shrine this time. And this is probably going to give us one of the clues that we needed. Take the challenge. I am. I will not fail. The crowd cheers again. Good to see you have spirit. Let's see if I can't break you. Choose the impossible question. Answer? Sorcery. There's a moment's pause as the priest screws up his eyes. The priest nods once slowly. That is correct, he murmurs. The question has never been answered in 3,000 years since the site was first made by Holy Slag. The answer has been passed from one priest to the next. Never thought I would be the one to hear it spoken because I did not understand it and I do not know the question. He turns to you and bows his head once. You are truly blessed. Please, what is your wish? Rich, spell, order of the spell lines. Oh. I need to know the order. I can figure them out by myself, but the order is the one I need to know. The priest begins to shake as if he asks his god for your question. Then the god replies. The lines are spoken from the last noble to the first. You thank him. The crowd reach out to touch your tunic as you make your way to the door. Clearly not many survive the challenge of Slag. Back on the street, it is night. I don't want to go to the docks. I want to go to the inn. Right there. That inn. Waste no time. Continue. Wayfarer's Rest. I got a friend waiting for me here, and I got money this time. You make your way inside the Wayfarer's Rest. It's a lively and bustling place. The innkeeper behind the bar is trying to serve numerous creatures, all demanding ale at the same time, while around the table, salty types and buxom witches are laughing together and singing shanties. Table, the bar. Table. You know what? I don't know. Which one would have my friend at it? He'd probably be at a table. Take a seat between a swarthy sailor with an eye patch and a swarthy woman who also wears an eye patch. You greet them. Yoin a salty dog, the man remarks. Wait, ya say, Eka. The woman, Eka, laughs a deep, throaty laugh. No salty, but stray, she bays. I'm from Analand, you tell them. You're looking to sign on to that. That's it? The sailor asks. Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, make sure you pick your crew. A bad crew is like a bad crab. And he mimes throwing up, accidentally spitting beer at the sailor across the table, who is thankfully asleep. Listen, the sailor mumbles. Do you play Swoyan Darsons? Sure. Splendid! He clears his space on the table, moving several glasses out of the way. Oi, sha ya has done. Foy gold pieces on the grain. Sure. I've got a couple of 2s and a couple of 1s and a 3. Well, ain't no son nobles for you. Loy and Wana. We're gonna call this. I can't understand a word you're saying. There are 3. He wins the round. Fuck. The nobles have left Toyne. Run away? Where to? Lemis. I say, or have taken the Tark's coffer, then Nat. All of them? It's the Sansa's going rogue that's worry. Sansa's the first noble? No one's doing something the first noble in a month or more. You must know the city well. Got nothing doing your worst. Yes! Woo, that was close! I had to bluff him. I win, don't I? The sailor hands over 4 gold pizzas. Oinfa? The sailor asks. Another? Oh, no. That's enough, you reply. Very well, very well. He puts the dice away. Here. The sailor nudges your arm and makes a gesture with his elbow. How about 1 more ale? Sure. You thank him. The sailor grins with his 1 remaining tooth and heads off to the bar, returning a few minutes later with 2 flagoons. He passes one over to you. Drink it. You knock tankards with the creatures on either side and drain the beer in one swoop. It's nutty and pleasant and fills your stomach with a pleasing warm glow. Sailors on either side clap you on the shoulder. Go at that, don't ya? One cries. You'll be in toiler tomorrow. You thank the sailor and get to your feet. Don't go far, he murmurs to the woman with the eye patch, smiling. Your eyes roam around the busy room and light on a shadowy figure in the corner. Flanker! Whew! You go over and sit by the assassin. There you are again, he declares with pleasure. He seems more relaxed than earlier. Perhaps he has completed whatever mission he was here to perform. But tell me, friend, he murmurs, do you play dice? Again. Swindlestones? I see you know it. From a hidden pouch in his tunic, he pulls a set of dice. Sure, let's play again. What's the stake? We'll play for fun? The assassin shakes his head. I don't do anything for fun. Let me propose a modest wager. If I win, I'll help you with your quest. If you win, I'll help you with your quest. But if I win, my obligation to you is at an end, and should we meet again, I'll have the freedom to cleave your neck from your shoulders. Very well. Roll dice. Damn it. It was a fair victory. Gets to his feet. Well, I see you again, not in this city. Beyond, it's not impossible. Wish you luck. Ah, well. No, we're not gonna go back and... Not gonna go back and retry that. Not cheating. Not gonna play that, just go back until you get the right answer thing. I just flopped that hardcore. Fight your way through the creatures to the bar. With a thump on the bar top, you catch the innkeeper's attention. Greetings. Innkeeper looks at you. He's clearly impressed by your dress and well-educated tone. What be your purpose? Buy some food. 6 gold pieces. Price of a room. 4 gold pieces. Yes, I can afford meal in a room. You know what? Why not? We'll buy some beer too. Drink it. I need stamina. Push your way out of the crowd and out of the bar. When your yard arm's high, that's when I know I'm dry, sings another tight sailor from a corner. Wander around the bar for a while, drunkenly, to get to my bedroom. Please let me get some stamina back. The room is small but clean. You lay down tired on the bed, tired from your day of walking through the city. Only 2. Then it is time to sleep. You close your eyes and the noise from downstairs does not trouble you for long. Your dreams are cluttered and crazy. The red eye beams loom at you. You seem to be walking forward, traps springing at your feet. Blinker laughs and raises his sword, plunging it deep into your neck. Face after face laughs at you as you ask about the spells. 4, one says. There are 11 spells. 13. 49. Meanwhile, the ghost of Lorag laughs and chortles. I have you right where I want you, he exclaims gleefully. Van Gordon strides over and shakes you by the hand. Thank you for helping me realize the error of my ways, he says. A moment later, he sticks a dagger in your lung. And somewhere beneath your feet, you hear a man cackling with laughter, and the crown is on his head beyond your reach. All right, well, that's good for now. We'll head on to the next morning with a whole 9 stamina. Maybe I'll be able to buy some breakfast. I'll see you in the next one.